All right, so we're going to do a quick overview of Reconcile. Now, when you first see your forecast, you're going to likely see this warning pop up saying that you may be double counting your inventory. And you're going to be seeing this intermittently as you create FBA shipments. So it's very important that you take care of this step before going through your forecast and placing your orders. The reason that you would have double counting would be that perhaps you have a purchase order and you also have an FBA shipment that has been created. So if you have a purchase order for 1,000 and FBA shipments for 1,000 units, that would be registering as 2,000 units when it's really the same 1,000 units. So you basically have to just connect the dots to say that this purchase order is connected to these FBA shipments and these are the same units. All right, so what do we do? So I would go ahead and click on this. It says 9 FBA shipments, and then we're going to reconcile. So when you start out, so you can see this whole row of items that need to be reconciled. Now, when you're first starting out setting up your account, you want to do a couple of things. One, you want to get rid of the items that you don't care about. You don't need to match them with anything. You know that they're arriving and they're arriving very soon. The other shipments that could be occurring are shipments that are going to be arriving later. So maybe 2 weeks down the road, maybe a month down the road, but you already created the FBA shipments for them, and you want to post date them in your timeline. So what I mean by that is that you want to show, for example, that you want to show that they are going to be arriving at specific dates. For example, we could put an FBA shipment arriving, say, on August 18th. So the fastest way to do this is to go over to the FBA shipment section and click on the filter and choose Show Only Reconcile. And then you're going to, essentially what you want to do is you want to eliminate all these that are already checked in or are currently being checked in. So you can filter for in transit, and you can see you've got one that is in transit, and that maybe you know that this one is going to be arriving very, very soon. So you can click the bulk actions and click Reconcile One-Time Shipment and say yes. Then I'm going to filter for delivered and checked in. There's nothing showing up. Receiving. A bunch of stuff showed up for receiving, so we can see that these items are in receiving. So I'm going to go ahead and click to select all, click the bulk actions, and click one-time shipment, and yes. Now, we don't really care about the closed, about the canceled, anything like that. We don't care about the working or the shipped. So now what we're left with is 3 items that have been shipped but are not going to arrive yet. And you will see in the order tracker that now you only have 3 left. So what can be done here is, well, let's say, for example, this is all connected to one FBA shipment that's coming from our supplier, and we essentially want to move it to 30 days from now. So we can pick our supplier. We can say are all items going to Amazon right away? You can say yes. There are no POs, so you have to create a PO. You can say create a purchase order. You can put your purchase order number, and you can put the start date if you like. But essentially the most important thing to do is to ensure that it is actually going to be arriving on the day that you want it to arrive, and I'll tell you right here. So this says August 13th. So let's say we wanted August 13th to be the date. We say we started at the 27th, it'll arrive on August 13th. Okay, so now we're going to confirm and reconcile. And now what that has done is that has created this here. It's created a shipment for us that is dated for the 13th. And you can continue to do that. Let's see, what did we choose with ABC storage? You can continue to do that. So we can say that we are going to actually add it as a one-time shipment to an existing PO. So we'll select the PO that we selected before, and it's going to have the same lead time. And we're just putting all of these into one purchase order if they are going to arrive at the same time. If they're going to arrive at different times, you can create a new shipment and a new purchase order. Now we add it. And so now what you have is you have all of these shipments that are arriving on August 13th. And so when we go to take a look at that particular product, we're going to see that on August 13th we've got these 3 shipments showing up. And we're also going to see, when we refresh, that we have no more warning. And also when we go to our orders, that we no longer have a reconcile shipment column. That gets hidden when we don't have any shipments to reconcile. So hopefully that explains this pretty well for you. We also have a deep dive video which will explain in much more detail all of the things that you can do in terms of reconciling your shipments, and that will help you to avoid double counting, and it will help you to know which items are going to be arriving at what time in the future. All right, thanks so much.